Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? Huh? Is everything all right? Is everybody all right? Are you dancing like a winner man this morning? I know you and Alexander will be. So too will be Mildred and Shem. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning? How was the night that rain came in? Oh boy, that rain coming in this morning. Yeah, I want to say a very special good morning to Zamora Plenty. You've got greetings coming from your granny. Hey. Have a good day. Now, there's something that before I get into the actual program this morning, there's something that I want to read. It's a success story. It's a motivational story that I want to read. I'm not going to call the name. If you're on Facebook, then maybe you might see it as well, but I think it's nice. Listen to this carefully. This person says that at 16, I dropped out of school. By 23, I was a single mom with 3 daughters. Between 16 and 23, I was homeless for a bit, used my body for a night rest and to feed myself and young children. But guess what? At 25, I got my shit together, started extension classes, enrolling for every free personal development class and or CVQ. At 28, I attended TAMCC, completed a course in early childhood education, taught for 8 months, and quit. At 32, I got married. At 33, I became a commercial farmer and has been the happiest I have ever been in all of my 36 years on this earth. You see, as a child, I was called names at home and in the community. I was told I was a good for nothing, which I eventually started to believe and started to manifest. I was told nothing good will come from me, and for a while, I believed it. Until a stranger started telling me different. You have purpose. You are destined to do great things, he said, and he was right. Parents, be careful what you say to your children. They may just start to manifest what your tongue speaketh. Speak positivity. Speak success. Let's start breaking the cycle of degrading and demoralizing our children. Not all of us has the willpower to move beyond the noise, past the naysayers, and prove to them that they hold no power over our lives. Not all of us can gracefully walk away from the lifestyle that kept us from excelling. Not all of us can accept positive change. As we approach Mental Health Month, I want us to each think about how our actions can affect a person and choose to motivate and inspire every day. We can all win, but only by helping each other up when we fall. Kudos. I love this. Young lady, you're an example. You should be, placed on a pedestal as a mentor. Yeah, I love this. Oh my goodness. What a story. I'm certain that in the past you heard me talk about the power of the words, the power of the tongue. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Parents, guardians, please speak positive things into the life of your children. Please, I beg you. Yeah. Mary E. Banks is in the building. Michelle Bernard. Hermione is there. Samantha Williams, good morning. Margaret Alexander, good morning to you. Mildred Smith and Shem, good morning. Razum, my brother from another mother, good morning to you. And all the wonderful folks around. Yolan Swan, good morning. Sylvina Charles, how are you doing? Yolan Swan, Anne-Marie, good morning. Okay. Anissa Riss, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, good morning, Cecil Cadet and family. Also, good morning, Petlin George. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? I love this story. This is the first time I like what I see on Facebook. One of the first times. Yeah. Good, nice, young lady. I'm proud of you. Spread the good news. Yes, you can. Yes. Yeah, you can prove the haters wrong. You understand what I'm saying? So even though my life is filled with so much ups and downs. What a story. Randall Robinson, good morning. How you doing, bro? 'Cause there is no As we head into the word of the day, the word for the day today, that word is broom. B-R-U-M-E. B-R-U-M-E. Broom. All right, and it's not the one we sweep with, okay? It's a mist or a fog. And here's how we can use that word in a sentence. She loved the way the broom settled over the fields, creating a tranquil and mysterious atmosphere. Yeah. I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to be in the mountainous areas early in the morning. Man, that's a nice broom. Yeah. Nice. Lyndon Farry, my partner, celebrated yesterday, boy, and he had a blast from all indications. Monty Young, good morning. Nice. Nutmeg Quinn, good morning to you. As we head on to the motivational tip of the day. Do you need another motivational tip? I love this one, man, but we'll give you another one. Joylyn Barry says, good morning. Blessings to you, innocent. Oh my goodness. Blessings to you, Joylyn.
Oh, merciful Father, to share this love you give. Oh, Father, nothing.
And it ties in with what I just read. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will. You understand? You can. You should. And if you're brave enough to start, you will. I like that. That's not coincidence, that's divine. From Palm Coast, Florida. That's where you are this morning, Papi? Wow. Bring your ice cream, right? Nutmeg Quinn says, good morning, Mr. Innocent. Can you send out happy birthday greetings to Loisy JJ for me, please? Well, Loisy JJ, happy birthday from Nutmeg Quinn and from myself. Nice. We're heading into the nutrition health tip of the day.
I don't know just what the future.
Follow these steps and you'll be fine. Drink lots of water, keep the body.
Drinking adequate water daily can help your kidneys to stay healthy because water helps to flush waste and toxins from the body. The kidneys are responsible for moving waste, toxins, and excess fluids from the body. Most of that waste is excreted through urine. Drinking the daily recommended amount of water will keep your body hydrated and also help the movement of blood and essential nutrients through blood vessels, the kidneys, and other essential organs. When you become dehydrated, this movement becomes difficult. Research has also shown that drinking the right amount of water can also assist in lowering your risk of chronic kidney disease because water is the primary agent which helps the kidneys to clear sodium, urea, and waste products from the body. Men should drink 10 cups of water a day, while women should drink 8 cups of water a day. Additionally, children ages 4 to 8 years old should consume 5 cups of water. Children ages 9 to 13 should drink 5 to 6 cups of water, and teenagers ages 14 to 18 should drink 6 to 8 cups of water daily. The amount of water you drink may increase depending on factors such as climate, exercise and physical activity, pregnancy, illness, and age. If you are diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, your water intake may differ from what is normally recommended. According to the American Kidney Fund Kidney Kitchen, people who are diagnosed with stages 1 and 2 chronic kidney disease are advised to drink enough water, around 64 ounces or 8 cups every day, as this helps the kidneys to stay hydrated and working well. Those diagnosed with stages 3, 4, and 5 and are or are not on dialysis may need to limit the amount of water and fluids they consume, as in these stages of kidney disease, fluid retention can occur. A medical doctor would advise their patients on water and fluid consumption, as each individual case may be different. Until next time, the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council reminds you to look, eat, and feel well.
Rolls ring a bell? Yes, they keep the body working.
This is the
You know, I think Ajamo did this song just for me, right?
so let us
Yeah. For us on the morning, this is just the right song for the morning. Kingman, good morning. It's 18 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Yeah. The folks inside of Balthazar, good morning to you. The Dumont family, man, belated condolences to you. All right, I want to say advance birthday greetings to Mr. Septimus Batiste of Tivoli in St. Andrew. You will be celebrating tomorrow. All the best. Enjoy it. Live life to the fullest. Have a lot of fun tomorrow. A lot of reflection and a lot of projections. 18 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock. Let's see what's buzzing this morning. What's buzzing? You know, I saw a sad story on news last night with a gentleman that came down from the U.S. and, you know, was doing some assistance work in Kiareku. My goodness. All right, buzzing. Government is seeking to employ foreign healthcare workers to address shortage within the health sector. In the region, the U.S. announces a U.S. $160 million of new aid for troubled Haiti. Internationally, thousands mourn children killed in Kenya school fire. And in sports, Derrick Rose, youngest ever MVP in NBA, announces his retirement.
Thank you for the breath I breathe.
Yeah, and Dwayne Bravo officially made the statement that this is it for him and cricket, yeah? In terms of active playing.
Thank you for my daily breath.
Guess he'll be, you know, prolonging his coaching career now. Focusing mainly on that.
Oh, my child. Oh.
Yeah. It's now 16 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock, and at this time, this is where we take the break. We've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the weather forthcoming right after these.
The Grenada Motor Club will be hosting its second and final international drag racing event for 2024 at Perth International Speedway on September 28th and 29th. Expect the fastest set of drag cars and bikes the Caribbean has to offer. September 27th, meet and greet at Lavo Lanes. September 28th, test and tune bracket race qualifiers. And after drags, chill out at Sizzle Bar and Lounge. September 29th, drag race finals at Perth International Speedway. There will be a special guest appearance by one of the Caribbean's top drag racers and a special drift performance by one of the Caribbean's top drifter. Mark the dates. September 28th and 29th at Perth International Speedway is the place to be. You don't want to miss this one.
Where are you come on? Where are you from? I was leave free promotion, it is on budget. Somebody send out the warning.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for one whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Coop Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Friday, September 27th, 2024. Coming up in the news, government seeking to employ foreign healthcare workers to address shortage within the health sector. In the region, the U.S. announces the U.S. $160 million of new aid for troubled Haiti. Internationally, thousands mourn children killed in Kenya school fire. And in sports, Derrick Rose, the youngest ever MVP in NBA, announces his retirement, and Dwayne Bravo officially announced his retirement. We've got the details to this and more after these messages.
It's the event you won't want to miss. GIDC Business Deals Day is happening on Saturday, October 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Frequenty Industrial Park playing field. Explore the latest products and service offerings from businesses within the industrial parks. Enjoy discounts on GIDC business support services and get fantastic deals on household items, building materials, accessories, condiments, and more, with exciting prizes up for grabs throughout the day. But that's not all. Dive into a mini health fair and career expo for valuable health education and employment opportunities, all while enjoying the songs of Trio the Band and DJ Graphic Sounds. It will be a fun-filled day filled with eats, drinks, games, deals, and more. Mark your calendars and join the GIDC at Frequenty Industrial Park playing field on Saturday, October 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. See you there.
Good morning, I'm Gordon Josephine with the details. Government is looking towards friendly countries to employ health practitioners. Health Minister Philip Telesford made this disclosure as the health sector grapples with inadequate human resources. We have more in this report.
I have 2 MOUs in draft to friendly governments, and hopefully within a reasonable time, we would be able to have other professionals from other countries join us. But the reality is that globally, there is a shortage of nurses and doctors, and that is why it is so important to cherish and respect those that we have and who have decided to remain at home and serve the people of Grenada.
Minister Philip Telesford spoke about the capabilities of healthcare workers in Grenada, which is readily embraced.
The developed world continue to attract our OECS nurses and doctors and Caribbean nurses and doctors because of the knowledge and experience that they come with. Because we are able to work with very little resources, very little technology, very little equipment, but still work the magic of tremendous recovery. The latest statistics we have from our hospital is that there is a 96% recovery rate for people entering the hospital. 96, which means of every 100 person that visit the hospital for care, 96 walks out alive, and only a 4% death rate happens.
He addressed the issue of brain drain and the reasons why healthcare workers are taking up employment elsewhere.
We have done a lot internally to reset health. The challenge that we face is that despite the best effort of our professionals within the health service, we've had some very strong criticisms coming towards our healthcare professionals. Now, I don't mind it if I am criticized, but let us face it. Our nurses are in great demand. The nurses in Grenada will stand head and shoulder above nurses in the developed countries, simply because they do from A to Z. When we unfairly criticize our doctors and nurses and treat them as common criminals, and when I use these words, I'm using it against evidential proof. that this is what
that the accusations actually came forth. Okay.
And so I'm saying, if we continue to treat our doctors and nurses like this, we would continue to have a deficit in human resources in our healthcare system.
As I say, kudos to all those within the health care sector. That there was Health Minister Philip Telesford. Hunting season will open on October 1st and run until December 31st, 2024. According to a notice issued by the Forestry Department of the Ministry of Agriculture, the following animals are permissible targets for hunting during the open period: manikou, tattoo, monkey, iguana, and the ramier. The Forestry Department encourages all hunters to comply with all regulations and guidelines to preserve sustainable hunting practices that safeguard our animal resources. And finally, 20 Grenadian nationals will benefit from Republic Bank's scholarship and bursary program in collaboration with the University of the West Indies for the 2024-25 academic year. Ms. Tarisha Gilbert is the current recipient of the scholarship award and is completing her final year at the UWI Cave Hill campus in Barbados. She receives an annual grant of $20,000 to assist with tuition, books, and living expenses. Tarisha is enrolled in the Faculty of Science while she is pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in economics. Additionally, 19 Grenadian nationals are receiving support through the bursary program at a cost of $39,378.36. The bursary program assists students with their tuition for courses pursued through the UWI Global Campus. During a brief presentation ceremony at the UWI Global Campus in Marischal House, St. George's, Grenada, Mrs. Elizabeth Richards Daniel, Manager of Finance at Republic Bank, congratulated the students on their determination to pursue academic excellence. The scholarship and bursary program forms part of Republic Bank's flagship social investment initiative, The Power to Make a Difference. And that concludes the local segment of news, the regional roundup and international news, together with the weather and the sports. They are straight ahead. 6 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We now join the Caribbean News Desk for this morning's edition of the Regional Roundup.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendall Morgan.
And I'm Dennis Chabot with the latest from across the Caribbean.
As Guyana observes World Tourism Day today, the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana says colonial-era buggery laws should be scrapped so that the country can potentially earn as much as $1 billion annually from lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer tourists. Association President G. George.
Guyana is still an outlier in the region, and a majority of CARICOM countries and every other country in South America have eliminated laws criminalizing intimacy between men, especially because Guyana is surrounded by countries that have embraced pro-LGBT policies. We are losing potential visitors and precious tourism revenue.
St. Lucians are today observing Julian Alfred Day, a public holiday in honor of the country's first ever Olympic champion. Highlights of the day will be a national celebration ceremony at the Darren Sammy Cricket Stadium. Ahead of today's grand celebrations, Alfred was yesterday named St. Lucia's Tourism Ambassador. Chairman of the Tourism Authority, Claudius Antoine.
But for us, the creme de la creme, as I call it, is the co-branding. Julian, when she competes at Olympics or World Championships, she competes under the banner of St. Lucia. So as she says, she enjoys seeing St. Lucia across her chest when she competes. When she competes otherwise, she really competes on her own by herself. And with that, in our collaboration, we're going to co-brand Julian along with Puma. So one side is going to be Puma, and the other side is going to be that symbol of St. Lucia.
Alfred has welcomed the appointment, which will also see her as the face and voice of much of St. Lucia's tourism promotion.
Right now, I'm not sure which one means the most to me, winning the Olympic gold or just being an ambassador for St. Lucia. And now being an ambassador for such a beautiful country, lovely people as well. I just feel so honored right now, and it warms my heart, and I just feel blessed to be able to represent a nation of lovely people.
Haiti's ruling Transitional Presidential Council wants the current multinational security mission in the country upgraded to a full-fledged United Nations peacekeeping mission. President Edgar LeBlanc Fiel made the call in yesterday's session of the UN General Assembly in New York. He said while the current Kenya-led security mission has recorded some success in reducing the widespread gang violence, a UN mission will address the ongoing challenges with capacity and funding.
It is in this spirit that we would like to see a thought being given to transforming the security support mission into a peacekeeping mission under the mandate of the United Nations. This transformation would make it possible not only to secure more stable funding and to extend the capacity of the mission, but also it would make it possible to strengthen the commitment of member states to security in Haiti.
Kenya is preparing to increase its total police deployment to Haiti to more than 2,000. Kenya's President William Ruto made the announcement to the United Nations General Assembly yesterday while voicing dissatisfaction about the international community's financial and other support for the UN-backed security civilization mission in the Caribbean nation.
Kenya and other Caribbean and African countries are ready to deploy but are hindered by insufficient equipment, logistics, and funding. I appeal to all member states to stand in solidarity with the people of Haiti by providing necessary support either directly to MSS contributing countries or through the UN Trust Fund. I must emphasize, however, that Kenya will deploy the additional contingent towards attaining the target of all the 2,500 police officers by January next year.
Dominica has used the United Nations General Assembly to tell the United States to end its sanctions on Venezuela. President of Dominica, Sylvanie Burton, made known her country's position in her address to the General Assembly. She is also urging the international community to allow Venezuela to resolve its internal problems amid concerns about whether President Nicolas Maduro rigged last July's elections to remain in office.
Our steadfast advocacy for respect for the United Nations norms of sovereignty and non-interference impels us as well to urge that the right of the government and people of Venezuela to resolve internal challenges without outside interference be respected.
This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
And looking further afield, thousands of mourners packed a stadium in central Kenya on Thursday to hold a somber memorial service for 21 boys killed in a school dormitory fire this month. Grieving relatives wept as they carried the white and gold caskets into a huge dome-shaped tent set up in the stadium north of the capital, Nairobi. Fire tore through the boys' dormitory as they slept at the Hillside Endarasha Academy, a boarding school for young students. That happened on September 6th. The cause of the inferno remains under investigation. 9 families were set to bury their children on Thursday. Thousands of people took part in a union-led protest across Spain on Thursday to push for progress in talks between the government and the business sector to reduce working hours. Socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez's minority coalition government wants to reduce the working week to 37.5 hours from the current 40 hours, saying it would boost productivity and improve work-life balance. It launched talks with employers, groups, and unions in January to reach a deal, but the discussions have stalled, with businesses opposed to a uniform reduction in the work week, arguing different sectors face distinct needs. And finally, at least 46 people, including 37 children, have drowned while celebrating a Hindu festival in eastern India. According to AFP reports, the victims drowned in separate incidents in Bihar state while ritually bathing in rivers and ponds swollen by recent flooding. People ignored dangerous water levels in rivers as well as ponds while bathing to celebrate the festival, said the official, who requested anonymity because he was not authorized to speak to the media. The drownings occurred from Tuesday across 15 districts in Bihar state as devotees marked the Jitiya Parv Hindu festival, observed by mothers for the well-being of their children. Authorities were still working to recover 3 bodies. Jitiya Parv runs over several days and is also observed in neighboring Uttar Pradesh and Jharkhand state, and is part of the Nepal's southern plains. That's the regional roundup and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Sporting fans, American basketball player Derrick Rose, the youngest ever NBA player to win the MVP award, announced his retirement on Thursday after 16 seasons. The 35-year-old former Chicago Bulls and New York Knicks point guard posted a photo of himself on Instagram sitting in front of a chess set and holding a newspaper with a love letter to basketball. He also took out pages in the local newspaper of 6 NBA cities he played in, namely Chicago, New York, Cleveland, Minneapolis, Detroit, and Memphis, to thank each fan base. And finally, Dwayne Bravo has confirmed his retirement from all cricket after his final season in the CPL was cut short by injury. Bravo, who turns 41 next month, is the leading T20 wicket taker in history. He had previously called time on his international career in 2021 and stepped away from the IPL last year as he began to move into coaching. In the last 12 months, he has worked with Chennai Super Kings and the Afghanistan men's team. In an 18-year career, Bravo helped set the benchmark in T20 cricket, winning titles at the IPL, PSL, and Big Bash, as well as becoming a 2-time world champion with West Indies. He finishes with 631 wickets in the format from 582 appearances, second only to compatriot Kieron Pollard. Bravo announced before the ongoing edition of the CPL that it would be his last. He had been due to play in the 3rd season of the UAE's ILT20, having been retained by MI Emirates, but has decided to bow out after suffering a groin injury playing against St. Lucia Kings in Tarouba on Tuesday. That's the sport. Stay with us. The weather forecast is up next. right, folks, for the latest weather forecast, we now join forecaster at the Met Office of the MBIA, Jonathan Johnny Price. Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Friday, this 27th of September, 2024, as recorded at the Mars Mission International Airport. It's currently partly cloudy. The winds are coming from the east at 10 miles per hour. Present temperature is 29 degrees Celsius, with relative humidity at 83%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.5 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night, 26.3 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 12.9 millimeters of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month so far to 84.5 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique weather for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a medium chance of thunder, improving during the evening. Today's maximum will be 32 degrees Celsius with winds easterly to southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas will be slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 7:45 a.m. and high tide at 1 p.m. Sunset will be at 5:59 and sunrise at 5:56. Just to repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers and a medium chance of thunder, improving during the evening. From the forecast desk at the Mars Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Have yourself a great weekend likewise. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick and Thompson Company Limited.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Everything you want. Make home yours anytime with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, oh, oh. Get value for your money. Ooh, oh, oh. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Oh. Courts have it all. Home is what you make it. Top brands, you're sure to get it all. Courts have it all.
Courts has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using Courts Ready Finance. Courts, make home yours.
It's 10 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Governments seeking to employ foreign healthcare workers to address shortage within the health sector. In the region, U.S. announces $160 million of new aid for troubled Haiti. Internationally, thousands mourn children killed in Kenya school fire. And in sports, Dwayne Bravo calls it a day for cricket. That's an active playing. He most likely will continue his career in the coaching. And also Derrick Rose, the youngest ever MVP in the NBA, announces retirement. A tongue twister there. MVP in the NBA. Folks, that's the morning edition of news for today, Friday, September 27th, 2024. On behalf of the entire news department, I'm Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, a very safe weekend, and invites you to stick with us because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
As we get ready to give thanks, the long Thanksgiving weekend. Legends Promotions presents the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Saturday, October 26th, Grenada Trade Center at 7:30 p.m. Featuring the 1980 Calypso Monarch Survivor. Together with Stubbles. 10 times Calypso Monarch Scholar. Alongside Luther, Tobago Kuso, and 7 times Soca and 10 times Road March King. Super Blue. Super Blue. Tickets cost $60 and are available at all Gittins Healthcare Pharmacies, Wall Street, Grenville, and Guelph. Springs Shopping Center, St. David's Pharmacy, Clear Vision Eye Care Center, on the Carinage, and Gittins Pharmacy, St. George's. It's the 18th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert, Saturday, October 26th, Thanksgiving weekend, Grenada Trade Center, 7:30 p.m. You can't afford to miss this one.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. First, make a family disaster plan and ensure that everyone in your household is familiar and comfortable with it. Remember to add batteries and flashlights to your emergency kit. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
All right, good morning and welcome to the conversation this morning. And and this morning it's going to be relatively busy. We start off with something educational and a very, very noble gesture, and it's all part of the British High Commission. Okay, they have this scholarship fund this scholarship program that they're into, and I think it was last year I had a gentleman with me. He's looking at me via Zoom at the moment. We had a very nice conversation, and this morning he's joined by a beautiful young lady, and they're here to tell us some more about the Chevening scholarship program. All right, and it's a good time to say good morning to you, lady and gentleman.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph.
Good morning.
Wow, and she knows my name. That's good. That's a gospel song. He knows my name. Good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning? You all look so bright and lovely.
Well, it's a wonderful Friday morning, so I'm doing really well.
Okay, and the gentleman?
Fantastic as well.
Okay. All right. Just in case my members of my audience want to identify with whom we are speaking this morning, ladies first. Lady, what's your correct name again?
I am Kina Marast.
Kina Marast, of course. And the goodly gentleman is?
Victor Clark.
Victor Clark. Okay, so we've got Miss Marast and Mr. Clark with us this morning. Okay, so for to get the ball rolling, tell us what this scholarship program is all about.
The Chevening Scholarship Programme is the UK government's annual scholarship programme supporting students to undertake one-year master's degrees in the UK in any subject at any UK university. And that extends across 160 countries across the world, but Grenada being a very important one of those countries. And this scholarship covers all of the tuition fees and flights, all accommodation, expenses. So it is really a complete full scholarship. And really the reason we fund these scholarships is what we're trying to do is find people who are passionate about creating positive change in their country. So what I'm really looking for is people who are really passionate about Grenada, want to make a positive contribution to Grenada, and feel that the experience of a master's degree course will give them the skills needed to really be able to deliver and take Grenada to the next level in whichever field they are expert or specialize in.
Wonderful. And while at that, is there any specific area of studies that prospective applicants should be enrolling into?
We leave it completely open. So we're completely open-minded. Every country is different, and we would expect each of the candidates during the application process to make their case. There's a number of essays that they will need to complete, where they can put to us, what they want to study and how that is going to have a positive change for Grenada. And really, there is no restrictions, there is no limits. The only requirements that we state is that they have to have undertaken an undergraduate degree, successfully completed that undergraduate degree, and have 2 years work experience in the field in which they wish to kind of study for their masters. And they can't have been in receipt of any UK government funding to study in the UK previously. Apart from that, those are the only kind of restrictions. Everything else is very open, and we're very keen to receive applications from a wide spectrum of different fields and interests. There are a lot of things that can be done to make Grenada a better, more prosperous place, and we want to try and support as many of those different areas as we possibly can.
And I am very happy that you say that, and getting the backing from your country, it's really important, and it's very noble. Ms. Marast, it says here that around the world there is just over 50 or 500,000 past beneficiaries from the program.
Yes, that is so. The program has been around from the 1980s, in fact, 1983. So you can well imagine that every year that these scholarships have been granted to students from all over the world. So it is a vast network of persons who have benefited from this scholarship. So it wasn't first called Chevening, it was just under the Foreign Commonwealth Office of the UK. Now it's branded the Chevening Scholarship. So it's a very, very wide network of persons from all over the world. So there's friends from the South Pacific, from Europe, from the Caribbean, South America, all over the world, as Victor said, 160 countries who are beneficiaries of these scholarships.
Okay, and in the past, do you have an idea as to how many Grenadians actually applied and benefited from this scholarship program?
Well, I can't say how many have applied. We don't necessarily know that unless we know of the persons who have applied. But thus far, we are close to about 30 Grenadians having benefited, gotten the scholarship. And every year we're doing more to make the Chevening brand home name, because as Victor outlined, it's one of the, if not, it is the best scholarship that you can get, in fact, to pursue a master's degree. And so right here in Grenada, we've pushing for every year that hopefully we'd have more applicants, and that would increase the chances of more Grenadians getting that scholarship.
And is there a limit as to how many applicants you can have from territory per se?
No, it is open. It is an extremely competitive process, but it is open to everyone. There is no age limit on it. So you can be 60, 70, as long as you meet the requirement of having had a first degree and that you've had 2 years work experience, you can apply.
Now, earlier this week, I had with me on my program the Honorable Minister for Health, and he was making a clarion call that there is a shortage of health practitioners. Nurses are leaving, not so many people are getting actively involved into the medical field. So that could very well be an opportunity for nurses who have a first degree, or whether in the medical field, whatever, nurses, lab technician or whatever. Is this open for them as well?
Indeed, it is. In fact, one of our recent scholars, Dr. Shireen Charles, she's a dentist who works with the government of Grenada. Wow. So we are always encouraging persons. As Victor indicated, whatever you decide to pursue the master's degree in, you must be able to demonstrate that it is in an area that can bring positive change and great benefit to the country. So Grenada's health sector, in whatever field, we would encourage persons to apply for the master's degree, of course, in these areas.
And how about climatology?
Definitely. That, again, is a trending area, and one that is going to remain for a lot of years with us, because as a small island developing state, the effects of climate change and climate resilience and climate law and all of the varying aspects that deals with climate and the environment, they're topical for us. So this too is another area where persons, if they have an interest, they can look into it. The UK, and with the scholarship, you have to attend in person for 1 year, and it has to be at a UK university, and the UK has hundreds of top-class universities. So you can choose where you go and you can choose what you do, as long as you can demonstrate that it is of great significance and benefit to Grenada. Now, the scholarship is competitive. Grenada we are in the grouping with Barbados and the OECS. So whatever number of scholarships are going to be granted for any particular year, it is Barbadians and citizens of the OECS who compete against each other for that scholarship.
That's interesting. Very, very interesting. And the scholarships are available annually? Is it something that comes up every year?
Yes, the first part of the process is the application process, and that runs from early August to early November. We usually encourage persons, don't think November, think that you have to submit by the end of October, the third week in October ideally, because you don't want to end up on the last day trying to rush and get your application submitted. Everything is online. We know what happens sometimes with our best efforts with technology, we can have glitches. So to avoid that, try and submit your application, let's say around the 25th, the 26th of October, and you're good.
Okay, so Mr. Clark, the application process, for example, members of my audience now hearing this and they have a relative or maybe themselves, they are thinking about, getting involved in the scholarship. How do they go about with the application? Where can they find the application forms? How do they go about doing it?
So all of the information can be found on chevening.org. So Chevening spelled CHEVENING.org, and all of the available information about how the application process works and the timetable. The deadline for applications is the 5th of November this year. But as Kinna said, we very much encourage people to start thinking and applying at a much earlier stage. There's a series of essays that people will need to complete that are focused on areas of kind of leadership, networking, their career plan. They really need to set out that vision of what they want to do and how that fits into to making a positive change here in Grenada. But just to re-emphasize as well, I think sometimes people think that this is a distant, unlikely prospect. We've done very well over recent years in encouraging more and more Grenadians to apply. And there are a lot of very, very bright people in Grenada. And that's meant that we've been successful over the last couple of years. So this year, a couple of weeks ago, we sent off 3 Chevening scholars to the UK. The year before, we sent off 4. So the numbers have really kind of increased in the last couple of years, and they are really studying it, all of those areas that you were talking about. This year, the 3 that went covered biomedical engineering. So just as you said, in the medical field, also crisis and disaster management, which is obviously very pertinent. And the other one was in entertainment law. All very kind of key areas and sectors of interest for Grenada and the prosperity here in Grenada. So we would, I would very much encourage, anybody who's thinking about applying, do look into the process. It might be that you decide that you don't want to apply this year and that maybe next year or in 2 years' time, that's the right moment for your career when you can really kind of take that move. But there's no harm in doing the research. It's an opportunity to self-reflect, have a think about your own career, have a think about what you need to do and where you need to get to really make a positive impact here in Grenada.
Very awesome. Now, another question that comes to mind, ever so often you hear for scholarship programs, applicants are successful and they go off to study. But in terms of the actual scholarship, they are left in a situation where they have to have some of their own funding to cover certain aspects, whether it's living expenses or books or whatever. This scholarship program, is it fully funded?
So 100% fully funded. So Kinna can probably talk to that as well as a former scholar herself. The aim of the scholarship program is to enable access to everybody. So no matter what your financial circumstances and background, that everybody has access to this Chevening scholarship program, and it is very much based on merit. So regardless of your background, regardless of your resources, you will have access to this scholarship program. And that's very important to us, and that's why it's a full scholarship, and that's why there are stipends to cover all of the costs, right from the flights, even including the visa process, which necessitates flying to Barbados to put in biometrics. So we cover flights and all of the expenses covered in regard to the visa process as well. Every single cost that you can possibly imagine, we will enable that to be covered by the scholarship program.
Okay, so Ms. Maras, you're actually a past recipient of the scholarship program?
Yes, I am. I went off to the UK in 2016, so I was back in Grenada in 2017.
And what was your experience like with the scholarship program?
Life-changing. As Victor said, you do not have to worry about finances. And we know that that is a major factor in determining whether a person undertakes a master's degree, and more so if they're going to move abroad to do it. With the Chevening Scholarship, I literally did not have to worry about anything. I was able to focus on pursuing my studies and experiencing the UK in all its beauty. Traveling around the UK, experiencing cultural aspects of the UK's life and lifestyle and so. So you don't have to be concerned about those things, how you're going to live there. You do get funded, as Victor said, from the moment that you are told that you're a successful applicant, Chevening pays. So to go to Barbados to arrange the visa, all expenses, hotel, transportation, travel was covered. Moving to the UK, so you're moving there around September, October. So we know it's getting a little bit chilly, but you also get money to assist you with getting some appropriate clothing. You get a monthly stipend while you're there. And I was able to live comfortably. I did not have to eat ramen. I don't like ramen, so I did not have to resort to that. I was able to eat comfortably, eat well. I was able to experience the UK culture and the country, travel to different parts of the UK while I was there, and really experience it, because I did not have the financial burden of a master's degree. I didn't have to be concerned, well, would I be able to pay my tuition next semester? Would I be able to meet my living expenses? No, I didn't have all of that. So I truly focused on pursuing the degree, enjoying the experience of the university where I attended, and enjoying London and the wider UK.
Awesome. My final question to you. While on that scholarship, will you be able to seek a work permit and work?
There are certain restrictions to doing that. Your visa, it allows you a certain leeway, so you can do a certain number of hours. But the idea is that if you're going to do that, it really should be in an area where you gain more experience that you can then return home with. So we have, though the program usually ends around August, September, the following year for some universities, there have been students and Chevening scholars who remained in the UK for a few months thereafter, maybe up to December, January, and they were involved in programs and projects that was in their area of expertise. So when they return to their home country, because you have to return, one of the requirements is that you have to return and to serve in your country for 2 years.
Okay.
And after, yes, because the UK is concerned that they are investing that money in the student so that you can be part of the development of your country. Wow. So it's for your personal development, of course, but what is the point in anyone's personal development if you do not use that to contribute to your community? And in this case, our community is Grenada, and we have to return. So whatever program or projects you're involved in, which is maybe permitted by the visa and the Chevening requirements, it must be within your area of expertise. So you're not, the focus of Chevening is not for you to go working in a bar and doing those things. That is why your needs are met. I got a stipend, and it depends on the area that you're in. I was in London, so my stipend was a little more than the students who were in other parts of the country where, for example, accommodation is a bit cheaper. London, it is a bit more expensive. But even though it was more expensive, I was able to live comfortably. So I didn't have to think of supplementing my resources to meet my basic expenses. And to be honest, I lived very comfortably. I lived very comfortably. I was fortunate to be on student accommodation, but I was traveling to the south of England, experiencing the theatre in London and outdoor shows and things like that. So you can really immerse yourself both in your academic and professional pursuit, as well as in the culture and the life of the UK and its history. So you get to, for example, the Chevening office, they too organize a number of outings and programs that the scholars can participate in. So I had a tour of Westminster, and that was just absolutely amazing. There are other types of tours that are organized. So no matter what area that you're interested in, there is something that you can participate in, and you're not alone. So you get to meet scholars from all over the world. Within my university, we had our own small group of Chevening scholars, and we met and we went out together. So lifelong friendships and networking is done. So we were able to do all of that and not have to be worried about searching for jobs to meet our basic needs.
Well, I'm excited to hear that. So you know what, myself and my good friend Michael Hutchinson will be your next applicant in the area of media. All right, so we'll come and enjoy. Mikey,
please do.
Definitely.
Please do.
All right, folks. In wrapping up, Mr. Clark, I would like you to once again reiterate the process for application and so forth as we do the wrap.
So all of the information can be found on chevening.org. We also encourage if local Grenadian applicants wish to reach out. Kina Marastas leads our alumni network for Grenada. There's a lot of kind of contacts that can be made on social media to kind of, if you have further questions or you want to kind of ask for kind of guidance. But all of the information is there. People should do the research. What I would recommend is that you start that process as soon as you can. Don't wait for the 5th of November deadline. Do start this week or next week and start building up in your own mind how you're going to put together your application, how you're going to present yourself, how you're going to ensure that that application is the best possible presentation of your own skills and your own ambitions.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Maras, the parting words, and
we're encouraging persons who are interested in doing their master's degree to reach out to us. As Victor said, all of the information is on chevening.org, and it's an online application process. You do not have to pay any fees. Just go on the website, look for apply, and go through that application process. You can also reach out to the alumni. We provide assistance and encouragement for it. If you want direction to resources, there are loads of resources online. But if you want face-to-face and you want someone who is on island to provide some support, maybe sometimes I've even reviewed essays and provided feedback. We do that as well. So I am on Facebook. Persons can message me there. We have our Chevening page as well on Facebook. You can reach out to us and we will connect with you. We want to see so many more Grenadians taking advantage of this opportunity.
All right, here's the first applicant right here. So I want to thank.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I think I'm too old for that, man. Yeah, man.
No, there's no age limit. Remember,
I'm an aged man, but nonetheless, again, I make a clarion call to Grenadians. Please be a part, participate. Go on the website, look for the information, and take advantage of this golden opportunity. As a matter of fact, it's not golden; it's a diamond opportunity. All right.
It is.
So, Ms. Marast and Mr. Clark, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we look forward to more information as time progresses.
Thank you, Mr. Joseph. Take care.
Have a good one. Have a good one. Folks, you heard it right there. I've been speaking with Ms. Maras, Kina Maras, and Mr. Clark from the Chevening Scholarship Program. Please do participate. Find the information and be a part. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after this. I've got the Motor Club coming up next.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started. This holiday season, get ready for a magical celebration packed with culinary delights, crafts, and music that will bring joy to your heart. But that's not all. Lots of giveaways are waiting for you. Stay tuned and make this Christmas one to remember only with GBN.
It's never too early to prepare for a hurricane, and we want to make sure our community is always ready. Take an active role. It only takes one hurricane to change your life and threaten our community. Hurricanes are one of nature's most powerful and destructive events. That's why a hurricane preparedness checklist is vital. You should have a family evacuation and communication plan. Everyone in your home should know what to do if severe weather strikes. Have a hand crank or battery-powered radio available to stay informed about weather updates. Flashlights and extra batteries are essential. Update your emergency supply kit. Include a sufficient supply of food and water. 1 gallon of water per person per day is the recommended amount. Have canned or boxed food available that won't spoil. At least a week's supply of medication is also suggested. Have special items set aside that you might need for infants or elderly residents in your home. Learn about your community's emergency plans, warning signals, and evacuation routes. Know where to find emergency shelters. Inform local authorities about anyone with special needs, such as the elderly or bedridden, or anyone with a disability. Don't wait until the hurricane is on its way. Do this now. If you're a pet owner, have food and extra water set aside for your pets. Make plans to ensure your pet's safety. Most emergency shelters cannot accept pets due to safety and sanitation requirements. Locate and secure your important papers, such as insurance policies, wills, licenses, and stocks. Hurricane season runs from June 1st to November 30th. Do your part to protect your family and your property. Be smart, be safe, and be prepared.
The Grenada Motor Club will be hosting its second and final international drag racing event for 2024 at Pearls International Speedway on September 28th and 29th. Expect the fastest set of drag cars and bikes the Caribbean has to offer. September 27th, meet and greet at Lavo Lanes. September 28th, test and tune bracket race qualifiers. And after drags, chill out at Sizzle Bar and Lounge. September 29th, drag race finals at Pearls International Speedway. There will be a special guest appearance by one of the Caribbean's top drag racers and a special drift performance by one of the Caribbean's top drifter. Mark the dates, September 28th and 29th at Pearls International Speedway is the place to be. You don't want to miss this one.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. It's 14 minutes on to the 8 o'clock hour. And at this time, I'm joined by Mr. Jeremy Peters, the representative from the Grenada Motor Club. They've got a big event coming up. Jeremy, welcome.
Hey, welcome.
How are you doing?
I'm pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah?
Just getting ourselves ready up for the action-packed weekend.
Yeah, this weekend is going to be wow.
Yes, it is. It is.
What? How does the event start? When and where does it start?
The event, well, initially tonight we have a welcome party at Lavolines because we have a few represented islands who will be coming in for this particular competition that we have in Pearls. So we have Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we also have Barbados, who's going to be coming in. You know,
and Barbados is big on racing.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They're very, very big on rally, I should say. This is going to be one of the first times they actually fully participating outside of Barbados in drag racing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it's going to be a really big time for them.
And the event culminates at my home turf.
Yes. We were spoken about that.
I really want to see, because I'm realizing that the sport of motorsports is getting bigger in Grenada. And I really would like to see whether it's the Pearls Airstrip or another facility really and truly get fully developed, because this in itself could boost the tourism product.
Yes. I mean, I've always been eloquently talking about this. The different Caribbean islands presently, Antigua, the Prime Minister has endorsed the motorsport and put it as part of his annual events and stuff like that. He and all even has a car that participates in one of the autosport events over there.
Wow.
Yeah, even Barbados's Prime Minister Mia Motley, she would have discussed in regards to putting down a facility for the guys in Barbados,
the drag race.
Yes,
because I know they have a racing
for rally.
Facility.
They did. So Bushy Park is what they do circuit racing. Now, what they do drag racing is the one with a straight line. So they're putting things in place for that.
And Guyana is just expanding on that as well. Guyana is pumping in quite a lot of money into it as well.
Yes, exactly. I mean, this is a new age aspect of sporting tourism. You understand? I mean, traditionally, we have football, we have cricket, we have all this kind of things, but there are a lot of persons who come from many parts of the world and are involved in that particular aspect. So I every time I have these conversations, I always like to say, listen, we have to look into a different direction. It's not always the traditional things of wanting to do this or want to do that.
No, the world is changing.
Exactly,
the world is changing. If this thing gets right, I am not too how should I put it? I wouldn't be too surprised if one of these days we see a Lewis Hamilton just showing up, maybe just as a guest.
Well, funny enough, sometime back he was actually interested in investing into the motorsport scene. But certain things didn't happen, logistics didn't happen. But I'm pretty sure that probably may happen again in the near future. Because these guys, this is at the end of the day. His family's from Grenada and stuff like that. And when I talk about motorsport and drag racing, I'm not only talking about drag racing alone. I mean, we're talking about the different disciplines which is involved. We have go-karting.
Well, that's where it started.
Exactly.
I remember as a little boy growing up, Mr. Brave Boy came on the Pearls Strip with this little thing, and it used to be an excitement for us on Sunday afternoons to go down. We had guys like Sambo and those guys coming with it, and eventually that's what it has evolved into. So there is progression.
No, there definitely is progression. I mean, and for, I should say, the educational aspect of things. We living in a very technological world right now. Motorsports involves a lot of technology. Technology development, creation of new parts, a lot of electronics involved. So there's a lot of aspects of it involves motorsport.
The physics and everything like that.
Exactly.
In terms of profitability, how lucrative is it for the Grenada Motor Club at the end of an event? Do you make money? Is it something that it's viable?
Well, I will tell you something. Grenada Motor Club is actually a non-profit organization. We are a non-profit organization what we do. it's more or less to assist persons, if there is any kind of little issues that we have. For example, we have a lot of guys who are involved in the cleanup process in Karakou as well, so we will try to give back as much as we can. I wouldn't say it is necessarily a profit venture in a sense, because Pearls in itself is a big open area. Costs a lot to set up because it's so open out, so it's more or less, to kind of revive and make things kind of start happening in this particular new sport.
But don't you think that if it's gonna be taken seriously, let's say by government and so forth, then there must be a business approach to it?
Yeah, I think they're well, in the early 2000s and up to mid 2000s, we were actually at that point. You understand? We were actually forging ahead very well. When unfortunately the passage of our past president, Mr. Dabrio, then things kind of went a different direction. So we're just trying to kind of put things back on track, and it's looking very, very, very positive for the future.
Because I think this is the direction to go. People, Grenadians, on a number of occasions when you have the drag race, I would pass by, drop, and the crowd that I see, so it shows that there's a keen interest in it.
The numbers and the crowds kind of says it all. Understand? It's something that, as I said, everybody, somewhat, even if some person's a little bit shy about how they really feel about it, but it's something that, people like. Growing up as little kids, you have little toy cars.
You like pace.
You have to, you look at these different things, so.
You like pace. Yeah. All right, so we're going back to the actual event for the weekend. It starts...
today there's a welcome party for all of the foreigners who is going to come in, even the locals at Lavo Lanes. It starts at 8:00. It's just like a presentation. If a few of the race cars who is going to be participating over the weekend is going to be there at Lavo Lanes, just as a showcase.
Oh, right, in the parking lot.
Yeah, right in the parking lot location.
Okay.
And then on Saturday we start our what we call test and tune. So that's the guys who starts from 10 and is going to finish at 7. So that's when the guys are just testing out their cars to see if everything is good for the competition, the full-out competition on Sunday. So that is going to be. I mean, we're going to have some showcasing of a few of the companies who are here in Grenada, automotive companies, who will be showing their cars. Some of the cars who is on sale, and we have some of the touring companies who is going to be there. So it's going to be a different aspects of different automotive related stuff.
The automotive industry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Saturday.
That's Saturday.
Starting from 10?
Yeah, starting from 10 and
up to
7 o'clock. Yeah. Sunday is a full-out competition. So that's where we have the full-out itinerary, where we will have national anthem of each island who is going to be participating.
Wow.
Yeah, we have something called also the parade of the cars. So the cars will come out in a little line out, for the crowd to see exactly, who is there and the participation. And then we start the competition. It's just, I should say, drag racing is almost similar to a 100-meter race. You have... it's just like you have heats, so it just think about it in that aspect, and that's how it's going to be. So we have the competition goes right down to, I think, 8 o'clock.
8 p.m. Okay. In terms of Grenada's representation, how well are we being represented?
Well, right now, Grenada is actually being represented very, very well. We have one of the fastest, what you call Mitsubishi Evolution 3, that will be participating. He has a Caribbean record presently for that particular, and his name is Mr. Joshua Lewis, popularly known. He's the moving company. Yes, I think it has a Korean company, Mr. Lewis. Yeah, so he is actually a very, very big competitor. His car is usually based in Trinidad, so it's actually coming in today. We are about to clear it on the port, and then so he's going to be participating. We also have the big boy, Mr. Champ Maitland.
I was going to ask about Champ because Champ is a big man.
Yeah, Champ is also is going to be coming out to do his competition as well. So these are our two big champions. We have also a few of the local guys who's going to be participating from the Grenville side. Yeah, so we have a good entourage of vehicles who will be given the Trinidadians and St. Vincent teams and Barbadian teams some good competition.
And when we have other territories around the region having competitions, do we have a Grenada delegation going to compete?
Yeah, funny enough, Grenada is one of the islands that travels the most with vehicles. I think just for this year, we would have gone to Trinidad. They've gone to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They've also arranging to go to, they went to St. Lucia. And they also, I think, would be a little bit lower down this year. We'll be trying to head across to Antigua and Jamaica.
Wow.
So all of these islands have big competitions, and they invite us over, because these guys perform very well.
The Grenadian?
Yeah, the Grenadian, yeah. I should say across the board, when it comes to sport, Grenada actually performs very well in comparison to the world. And look at that, we have a javelin champion.
Yeah.
And as I say javelin champion, Mr. Anderson Peters, he's actually very much into motorsport. He has a car that will be participating as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of these guys, as I say, a lot of these guys are enthusiasts in that particular area.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But like we said earlier, this is the trend. This is a direction. The world is now a fast-paced world.
It is.
So anything that's fast, Anderson Peters throws the javelin fast and far. So it's obvious.
and I would reiterate to certain things. Despite of the type of sport it is, as you know, it has its risks and stuff like that. We try to implement aspect of safety. Hence the reason why we have the high requirements of guys wearing helmets. They have some of them depends on how fast they go. They have bodysuits, fire extinguishers, all of this kind of stuff, And our promotion is just generally to keep speed off the road. You have a controlled environment for these particular aspects. You understand? So that's the reason why we have barriers and we have different things. So we try to keep the control in these particular areas, to have things under control.
Someone says, Susan says, good morning. That's an awesome adventure. We love drag racing. My Grenadian people, please don't make it political thing. Go drag racing. We visit Antigua.
Yes. Antigua actually has been really pushing ahead with autosport. As I said, the Prime Minister of Antigua has realized that it's a major tourism aspect for them. So they have seen the light and it's pushing ahead.
All right, we have to wrap up because I've got to join the BBC as it relates to admission.
Yeah.
Is there a cost?
Yes. So on Saturday it's going to be $30, and Sunday, which is a full-out competition, is going to be $40. Persons will be getting prizes and little giveaways on that particular day. From the different providers that we have, which is Flow. We also have Southern Electrical. We have Markers.
Right.
Yeah, Markers, who also our big sponsor, and DHL. A few other major sponsors there.
Right.
Yeah.
And tickets can be purchased on site?
Yes. So tickets can presently, if you're interested in tickets can be purchased at Southern Electrical, Gittins Pharmacy in Grenville. Also, too, it can be purchased at the Mecca Print office in GCNE Complex, the Vineyard in Lansapine. There's a few other locations that I trying to think of my head. But anyway, these are the main locations.
But the most important thing, the tickets can be purchased on the day of the event.
You can get it at the day of the event as well.
A well-stocked bar awaits everyone.
Yes. We have a well-stocked bar, food and everything. Vendors, everybody. There's going to be a lot of vendors, a lot of food, a lot of drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Peters, I want to thank you for dropping by, and I wish you and the Motor Club look for me on Sunday.
Definitely. Well, I'll have your ticket and everything ready.
Yes, I'll be there on Sunday. Okay, folks, that's it for the conversation this morning. So go on out and be a part of the drag racing this weekend. Lavo Lane tonight, tomorrow testing and so forth at the Pearls Strip. Pearls, I'm coming home. And on Sunday, the grand finale starting from... Sunday starts at
10 to 9. Goes from 10 and goes
to 9.
10 a.m. to 9
p.m. Yeah. All right, folks, that's it for the program this morning. Thank you for being a part of it, and have yourself a wonderful day. We'll be back after the BBC.
The The Grenada Motor Club will be hosting its second and final international drag racing event for 2024 at Pearls International Speedway on September 28th and 29th. Expect the fastest set of drag cars and bikes the Caribbean has to offer. September 27th, meet and greet at Lavo Lanes. September 28th, test and tune bracket race qualifiers. And after drags, chill out at Sizzle Bar and Lounge. September 29th, drag race finals at Pearls International Speedway. There will be a special guest appearance by one of the Caribbean's top drag racers and a special drift performance by one of the Caribbean's top drifter. Mark the dates, September 28th and 29th at Pearls International Speedway is the place to be. You don't want to miss this one.